The Q8 first arrived in India in 2020 as Audi's first SUV coupe for the market. And now in 2024, we have this, the Q8 Facelift. At 1.18 crores, this SUV is now 10 lakhs more expensive than the old Q8 Celebration Edition, but 25 lakhs cheaper than the old Q8 technology. So what's changed aside from the design? Well, we'll take a closer look. But before we go any further, do remember to subscribe to the Car and Bike channel and hit the bell notification to stay up to date on all the latest content. And if you do enjoy this video, remember to hit that like button and to share it with your friends. Cosmetically speaking, a lot of the changes are centered around this front end. You have the updated grille with these wider openings and new chrome detailing. You have the two-dimensional Audi logo, and you also have a sportier front bumper with larger vents on the side and the silver element down over here. What's also changed are the headlamps. While these might be the same shape as the old unit, these are new HD matrix LED units with laser light support. Now, what is laser light support? Well, there are lasers embedded within the headlamps which activate at high speeds to improve the throw of the headlamps at night. These units are identifiable by the little blue highlight on the side and the updated LED DRL patterns. And talking about DRLs, Audi lets you select between 4 settings for the DRL, so you can choose how the light guides will light up. Coming to the sides, the changes are basically to the wheels and tires. While the old car came with 20-inch rims as standard, with 21s and 22s offered as option, the 2024 car now comes with 21-inch wheels as standard, and even the red brake calipers that you see are standard as well. Around the back, well, the changes include a new bumper with this little silver garnish over here. These exhaust vents are actual exhaust. You have the two-dimensional logo over here, and while the tail lamp might look the same as the outgoing car, it has revised internals, and the dynamic welcome light function that the old car had has been deleted. So these units will just light up in one solid color. Not having any cosmetic changes to the interior is not exactly a bad thing in this car. Fit and finish is top notch. There is use of a lot of leather on a lot of surfaces, and even the plastic quality is quite good. What is not so good are the touchscreens in the center. A lot of the functions are now on the lower unit here, and this has haptic feedback. So even stuff like the aircon controls are here. So if you're driving and you want to change the aircon controls, you will have to take your eyes off the road. And did I forget to mention that the piano black finish over here is a magnet for fingerprints. What has changed, however, are the features on offer. There is now 4-zone climate control as standard. The old car offered 2-zone as standard, and 4-zone was an option. Also added on is a 360-degree camera, which makes driving this car on a crowded streets easier. And there's also a more comprehensive Audi Park Assist Plus hands-free parking function as well. The old car's 1920-watt Bang & Olufsen sound system has been replaced by a 730-watt 3D Bang & Olufsen sound system, and that is not a bad thing as it will cater to most audiophiles as well. That aside, you still get kits such as soft closed doors, panoramic sunroof, the digital dials, powered tailgate, powered front seats with memory function for the driver, and even powered door sunshades for the rear passengers. Coming to the rear seat experience, well, here also nothing has really changed. This is a very spacious car to be in. I'm about 5'10". This seat has been set to my driving position, and as you can see, there's acres of legroom, and even headroom is very good considering that this is supposed to be a coupe SUV. You get touch controls down here for the rear climate zones, and while there is a 12-volt charger over here, you are missing USB type ports at the back. Coming to the powertrain, the facelifted Q8 carries over the same 3-litre V6 turbocharged petrol engine as the outgoing model. Power figures too are the same, and it's still paired with an 8-speed automatic gearbox sending power to all wheels via Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. Performance numbers too are almost identical with a sub 6-second 0 to 100 claimed sprint time, and there's ample torque even as low as 1500 RPM. In daily use cases, well, the Q8 is very smooth to use, and the gearbox is almost always on top of its game. Sure, it might not be as smooth as say a DSG gearbox, but it does the job well enough. What has changed is the suspension setup. While the old Q8 technology came with air suspension as standard, you now get steel springs with adaptive dampers on this one. And while some might feel that detracts from the overall driving experience, it is anything but so. The new suspension feels better suited to the car, with the ride feeling plusher compared to the old air suspension. The damping seems to be spot on, and even sharp ruts and edges are nicely rounded out, despite this car running on 21-inch wheels. Of course, the adaptive dampers do adjust based on the drive mode, with dynamic stiffening the suspension, though it is not harsh at any point. So the question now that comes up is, is the Q8 still worth it? Well, at 1.18 crore, the Audi Q8 facelift still offers that important luxury feel that one would want from a flagship luxury SUV. And the additional features do make it a lot more convenient to use in the city. The lack of air suspension might be a detractor to some, but the steel spring setup on this car does offer better damping than before. However, the SUV does miss out on some of the kit offered on the old Q8 technology, and unlike before, there are fewer options to tailor the car to your taste, which might not make the SUV feel as special as before. It also seems to lack some comfort and convenience features on paper, such as ventilated seats, massage function, a Bose mode, and even charging ports at the rear. What works in the SUV's favor is the pricing. At 1.18 crores, it is notably less expensive than similarly sized coupe SUVs and sits alongside regular SUVs such as the BMW X5 and Mercedes GLE. Yes, it might not feel as special as the old Q8 technology, but the new Q8 does enough right for you to consider buying it even today.